speak with him about his name, and Roosevelt Theodore is his correct legal name for the court record. I know he does have the AKA, but I verified that. With regards to his arraignment, we would waive a formal reading. I have explained all 5 counts to Mr. Evans. He understands what he is charged with, and at this time will enter a plea of not guilty.
Thank you. Mr. Evans, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say or write can be used against you in court. You have the right to have a probable cause conference set within 7 to 14 days from today, and a preliminary examination to occur within 5 to 7 days thereafter. You have a right to be represented at all hearings by counsel. In the event that you are not able to retain your own attorney, or you can't afford to retain your own attorney, the court will appoint an attorney to represent you. When you fill out the request for appointed counsel, please fill it out completely, leave no blanks. When that request is returned to the court for a determination as to whether or not you qualify, the court needs all the information requested on the form. Ms. Miller, is it your belief that Mr. is going to request court-appointed counsel?
It is, Your Honor. I'm not sure if he's filled out the paperwork at the PD yet or not, but he is absolutely in need of appointed counsel.
And we'll address the issue of bond. Detective Rougeau, do you wish to speak to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. I would like to bring to the court's attention that has an extensive criminal history. He is indeed currently on parole, coming into that less than a month ago. I'm showing on my records here from the MDOC the charges that led to his incarceration were retail fraud in the 1st degree, as well as fleeing and eluding in the 2nd degree, amongst other things. I think it's no coincidence that here is amongst the same issues that Mr. has been alleged to have done in this incident. In addition, Your Honor, given the facts of the case with the speed and conditions that the chase was being used, it's clear that Mr. Evans has no regard for his safety, the safety of his passengers in the vehicle, or other motorists. Royal Oak Police Department and myself have grave concerns about the safety of the public pending if and when Mr. is released from custody. In that light, Your Honor, we would ask for a substantial cash bond, and at the very least a GPS tether, so that we can find out where Mr. Evans is in the event that he does not show up to court.
Thank you. Ms. Miller?
My client does have an MDOC detainer right now on him, but in the event that he's able to speak to them and get that detainer lifted, I am asking the court to consider giving him a reasonable cash bond. I am not asking for a personal bond, as I don't think the court will give him one, and I don't think it's in my client's best interest either, as any time that he were to serve would be time served for him. My client is remorseful, Your Honor. He was crying when him and I were speaking. He understands that he has just gotten out and gotten a new chance, and here he is before Your Honor. He had a place to live with his aunt. I have that address if the court needs it. He had a job set up.
Is that on Rossini?
It's on Lake. If you don't have that, I'm going to put it in the chat in just 1 second.
Okay.
He had a job set up that he was going to start. Actually, he should have been starting it yesterday. And so he has some things that were in place going for him that could actually lead to him living a better life. I am requesting that the court consider giving him a bond that he can post, something nominal, so that he can get out, get his life started, get it started with this job, help with his own defense, and be an active participant in his defense. I understand the idea of a GPS tether, and I would, on my client's behalf, not object to the court putting that on as a condition of any release. And I'm going to update the chat with an address now.
And then can you tell me how long he was in prison before he was put on parole?
I'm not sure. Sir, how long did you serve before you were paroled?
21 months.
21 months?
31 months. 31.
31 months, Your Honor.
So in as much as those felonies that he was convicted of were probably appear to be like 10-year type felonies. He could have substantial time remaining on those. Okay. Purpose of a bond is not to punish somebody before the trial, it's to make sure that they appear for trial and to ensure the safety of the public pending the trial. Given the nature of the charges for which the defendant was on parole and the nature of the charge that brings him back, there's absolutely nothing in his conduct that would indicate any intention to appear as directed. The allegations involve flight, extreme flight, dangerous flight, both to himself and to others. The allegations have him crossing I-75 on foot after the second crash. Living with an aunt is a plan. Sounds like something that would be more appropriate for a teenager to start employment. The bond in this matter is $75,000, cash surety, no 10%. It's probably academic because of the parole hold, but just in the event that it's not, it is $75,000, cash surety, no 10%. No release without a GPS tether, having been affixed to his body. It's just for locating where he might find himself.